Welcome back to All In Driving. We've got the Lancer in the garage today. We got a few things we need to do to get this car ready for autocross season. Today, we're just gonna focus on the oil change. It's not gonna take very long. I'm gonna show you what you need. First, single-use products. You're gonna need some oil. You're gonna need an oil filter. You can check online for your car and just figure out exactly what fits for you. And then after that, you're really not gonna need that much. Some rags or towels that are disposable. You'll need a funnel. Now, a funnel is not 100% necessary, but it's gonna do two things for you. One, it's gonna make the pour a lot easier and simpler as you've got this big hole instead of just the top of your engine. And it's gonna keep oxygen bubbles out because it's just gonna filter through. Next, you need a wrench. Some people use a socket. I may switch to a socket, but what I've got is this ratcheting open-ended wrench. I'll probably use the open end so it stays clean. There's one less thing to clean off. Gloves are always a good idea, and the final thing we need is an oil pan to catch the oil. I've got the car already jacked up to save some time, but other than that, we're just gonna get to it. So let's go all in. So the next step is really vital. What you want to do is make sure you get enough oil on the gasket of your new filter before you put it up there. That way it doesn't leak. I'm also going to put a little bit on the bolt that goes in the bottom of the pan. Let's get back under the car. And then the filter. And then you want to make sure everything is just a little past hand tight. Like basically as tight as you can get it by hand. The bolt, you're going to tighten down until it feels snug. The filter, if you have a tool, you can use it. I'm just going to get my gloves back on and make sure it's tightened up. But that's all I'm going to do under here. And then we'll go up top, fill it up, and we'll be done. So as you're filling the oil, you just want to make sure that you're not spilling any out the top and that it's all going in. You also want to double check every once in a while down below and make sure nothing's dripping from the bottom. And that's basically it. We've got the cap on. We're going to drop the car, start it up, let it run for a couple minutes, and then definitely check your dipstick before you take it out for a real drive. And then the last thing you want to do when you're done is just make sure to get rid of all that old oil properly. AutoZone and several other places will take your old oil. A couple tips and tricks that I wanted to save till the end. I've jacked my car up only in the front because the drain plug for the oil pan is in the back. You can use an oil filter wrench if you need it. I can usually get things pretty hand tight and get it off without any issue. But if somebody else changed their oil last and it's really tight, it's a good thing to have one around. As you saw, I took the cap off. It makes draining a lot easier because the air is just going to go through. And then, as I mentioned with the funnel, it's going to help you keep air out when you're putting the new oil in. I hope you enjoyed the video. The next one with this car, I had other things planned, but I think we're going to try and address the moisture issues inside before we move on to anything else. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.